Kevin Durant comes and joins you guys. What's your initial thought?
Oh, it's over. When KD came on board, it's over. What are we doing here?
Thanks. What we doing here?
It was over. I knew everybody would be so mad. We went from like little darlings 2015 to like somewhat hate in 2016, but
fuck those guys.
Yeah,
in
2017 is just outright pure hate.
The Hampton
this
five.
ain't fair. Yeah.
Talk to us about that Hampton sit down. You, KD, Steph, Dre, Iggy, Rich, my guy Rich Kleiman's.
Yeah.
Shout out Rich.
This is the first time one of the Hamptons and the Fillmore five been on the same camera
Yeah,
together.
look at us bridging the cultures together, man. Wow, that was special, man. First time I've ever been to the Hamptons. Like, this is beautiful. This is where you summer, KD? This is nice, man.
I call this is where you summer. That just sounds like Rich talk. That's where you summer.
That's Rich talk.
That sounds like some Hampton
Funny,
shit.
me and JC were actually in New York for like 5 days prior to that. New York's crazy, man. Our days were like vampires, bro. We would start our days at 6 p.m. and go to sleep at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
for 4 straight nights.
I love it.
Get us out there. Get us to the Hamptons, man. This ain't sustainable.
It's not sustainable. There's no longevity in that.
No, we're like, why are we doing this to each other? But that was fun, man. That was such a good time, and when I would think about bringing KD on board, I would think about the stories my dad would always tell me about playing with Magic and Kareem and James Worthy. He's like, yeah, I thought I would get to practice early every day. And I'd see Kareem practicing a skyhook 30 minutes before practice every day. And I saw the same parallel with KD and Steph. I was like, man, I thought I'm not really early, but I would get there. And KD's out there in full sweat doing his mid-range pull-ups, his spins, every one of his moves. I'm like, dang, man, this guy really wants it. I'm going to tell my kids about this one day. I gotta walk in here and see Steph and KD working out in different baskets. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I just remember my dad telling me those stories about Kareem and Magic. I'm like, that's so cool, man. History really repeats itself. And it wasn't anything like, oh, I got to get less touches, or I just knew like we could really do something special and we were 2 games away from three-peating, and that hasn't been done since Shaq and Kobe. So that's our goal wasn't 1 championship, 2 championships. I remember Bob Myers was like, Klay, you should come to New York. You guys can realistically win 5, 6 chips together. And I was like, Bob, you're talking wild, but I'm with it. Let's go.
So you pick up KD. You guys win back-to-back championships. I get a chance to join that 17 team. I'd never seen nothing like it from a standpoint of, I think, the Clipper team I played on was probably one of the most talented teams I played on, but it seemed like we just continued to get in each other's way. When I came to that team, like you said, the shit that blew me away was Steph and KD now were on the same court doing their workout. You were on the other side of the court doing your workout. Iggy had his court, Dre had his court.
And you sitting there
young
like,
guys.
where I'm going to shoot at?
I would just wait. But I would sit down and watch, because you see Klay on one side, and Klay would miss 2 or 3 shots his whole workout. Then you see Steph and KD doing this weird 1-foot balance shit with Steve Nash, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are missing. So I wouldn't mind waiting 30 or 45 minutes, because I got to see 3 of the greatest shooters ever to do it, just every single day doing it, like every day. But what was that run like? I mean, KD's presence in the finals, the finals MVP, it just seems so effortless. But what was that run like for you?
It was special, man. That's why it bothers me when people don't talk about Kevin's greatness. This man averaged 35 and 15 in the finals.
Don't even look like he playing hard either.
I'm like,
effortless.
That's like Shaq numbers. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's like, he's a bus rider, all this stuff. I'm like, you can't argue with the numbers. 35 and 15.
In 15, dog.
I'll be a bus rider if that's what the motherfucking numbers are, goddammit.
I'm over here if you need me, I'll play some defense. Like, I got you. No, that was special, bro. You just went in the game knowing you was going to win if you just handled your business. It was like, there's almost nothing they can do to, it's just, man, that's why injuries suck, man, because Kawhi really scared us that first game. I was like, man, this dude's a beast. He's coming down the lane. He's blocking shots,
doing
That's
everything.
why I'm so happy to see him back out here, because he's really one of a kind as well. But to go 16-1, like only us and the 0-1 Lakers did that, bro. That's incredible, man. We don't take that for granted, man. That was Warrior fans, y'all been blessed with some incredible seasons. But it's our honor, but man, 16-1 in the playoffs.
But it says a lot about y'all though, Klay, because to have 4 Hall of Famers and bring in KD and all y'all be on the same team, to put egos and everything aside for that long, to be that great, that says a lot about y'all all buying into one goal, and it's about winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see that when you have 4 players of y'all caliber on the same team, but guys put all the egos aside and put that shit to work like that.
Factual. Yeah, but It was, yeah. When you know you can win banners, though, it made it a little easier. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was some of the best times of my life.
Great run. Did you see the time with him coming to an end? Is there anything that kind of jumped out at you, or it was just time? You felt like it was time for him to. He felt like it was time to go.
Yeah, we don't blame Kevin for leaving at all. He is from the East Coast, and if I was on the East Coast and I had a great, almost was 2 games away from a 3-peat, it's like, what more y'all want from me, man? You want a 6-peat? You know, like if it wasn't for catastrophic things, like
Right.
we probably would have had 3 championships in that time. But man, we don't blame it at all. We knew we kind of wanted to bounce a little bit. I mean, go back home, and we'll still forever have those 2 going back to back. And gosh, so close. I remember his boy Randy. I saw him in the gym that summer. He's like, man, I wanted that. That's the first thing he said. He's like, man, I wanted that 3-peat bad. I was like, me too.
Yeah, I deserved it.
But what can you do, man? That's when I learned about injuries, and that's a part of the game.